Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the BFG podcast. Today, me, Jonathan, and Denise have the pleasure of speaking to our Wellington Phoenix women's player, Mackenzie Barry. Welcome, Mackenzie. It's great to have you on the show today.
Great. Oh, thank you so much for having me.
So I will ask Jonathan to start, please.
Oh man, give me the tough job starting off. We are so excited to have you with us here today. Like the three of us watching the league last year, watching your development, growing as a player, signing up with the Ferns, going to just oh my god, so exciting.
Oh, thank you.
How is it all going for you? Like, is it pretty surreal? Is I mean, how are you feeling about how everything's going?
Yeah, it all happened like really fast. Pretty much, yeah, the signing for the Phoenix, we were told about 2 weeks before we left for Australia. And then since then, it's pretty much just been all go. Like, I've just been given so many more opportunities. I've, yeah, learned and grown so much, which I'm so grateful for. I've had so much support. And yeah, I just keep progressing. I keep, yeah, I'm so happy. And I'm about to go away again with the Ferns for a second time, which is crazy. Like I always dreamed of playing for the Football Ferns, but I didn't think it would be a reality for a little while. And then I got the call up a couple months ago for my first tour, and that was a big surprise. Yeah, it's just been crazy, but great.
Mm. And how cool is it that you get like your best, well, not best, but you know, your fellow central defender at the back, Kate, like both of you got the call up at the same time and you could travel. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's so great being with Kate. She's one of my closest friends, and I think that definitely shows when we play together. We just work so well, and I'm so proud of her. She is a year or two younger than me, so she's doing amazing. And yeah, it's great to take on this challenge together.
Cool. Denise.
Okay, we're jumping around. Okay, so you're going to LA. I mean, tell me about that. You're leaving New Zealand. I heard it's rainy there. I'm in California right now. Um, what are you doing? When are you leaving?
Yeah. We leave on Saturday, so tomorrow. Actually, yeah, leaving tomorrow, which is I've got to pack, so we should do that. Yeah, it's a 12-hour flight, so not too bad. Europe was way worse going over. That took forever. We're there for 2 weeks, and we've got two games, again, one against the Philippines and one against Mexico, which will be awesome. I think they'll be a really good close competition for us, and hopefully we can come away with like a good result. And then I'm back mid-September, and then it's pre-season in October, so it's pretty much just all football at the moment, but I'm loving it. So yeah.
All right. Well, we are wishing you incredible luck, but also incredible power in doing this match. You're going up against Mexico, right? And there are some hot players on Mexico right now who are playing in the NWSL. There's Diana Ordonez, or we call her Scordonez. she's really hot right now. She's a player with the North Carolina Courage. So she plays with Katie Bowen and Urseg and stuff. When you go to prepare for matches in general, how do you do it? Like, do you think about the individual people that you're going to be playing, or do you think about their systems? Think about yourselves the most, like how you're going to play?
Bit of everything, to be honest. I think it's important to stick to what you're good at and what the team is good at and what we've been working on, but it's also important to consider the threats. If there are some really strong players, like sometimes you will need to change the playing style just to like nullify any of their sort of stronger players. Yeah, and for me personally, I try not to worry about, like the big names or who I'm playing really, because it can really like psych you out, especially me. I'm just, I've played one professional league in Australia, and I'm 21. So I've got so much to learn, and these women have been playing. They've got 9-10 years experience on me. So it's just about, being confident in what you've done, that knowing that you're ready, and just, giving it everything you can, and trying not to worry about, the big stars that you're playing. Yeah.
Being on the younger side, so what were your decisions in going to signing with the Phoenix for another year, I believe it was? And were there any other offers on the table that you can talk about that you're interested in? If not, what are your goals for the future? And did you have any like idols growing up from the women's game?
Okay, so with the Phoenix, I wasn't gonna play for any other A-League team this season. I just knew that I wanted to play with the girls, and just the whole network, the whole academy, the whole club is just everything that I love, and everyone's so supportive. They gave me, an opportunity last year that I wouldn't normally have gotten under, I guess, normal circumstances. So I feel like I'm I belong to the club, and I should stick with them. For future, I am hoping to play in another professional league during the off season, when A-League's not on, kind of between April and October, just to progress further. I just need to get into as many different environments as possible, playing like different players. You just learn so much, especially coming up against really experienced players. And so I'm looking my options. I haven't been offered anything, but me and Yitka, the Football Ferns coach, she's always helping me out. She's got my CV going around. And growing up, football idols. Well, to be honest, recently I really admire Ellie Carpenter. Just her work ethic is insane, and I think, I don't know, I feel like a player from Australia or New Zealand that's making it big is like really important to support them. And I just, as a defender, she never gives up, and I just think her attitude is outstanding. So that's one of my idols at the moment.
Question, just jumping in here about idols. How does it feel being a player who's gone from the Knicks and is now on the Ferns, and knowing that there are a whole bunch of young women like 5 to 15 looking up to you and going, man, we want to do what Mackenzie's doing? How cool is that?
It's so special. I can't quite like believe that so many girls, look up to me, and like I'm the person that, or I'm the example that they want to try and be, and what they're working towards. I think I'm so honored and I'm proud that it's me, but also that just in general that there's some movement forward for women's football, and there's a goal that girls can work towards. Like, it's great that it's me and Kate, or players like that, but any girl is like idolizing, or it makes them work harder, or anything like that. I think it's really important for our development as a nation.
And what's it like working under Gemma Lewis and Natalie Lawrence? Do you enjoy that sort of the group? Do you find it easy to work in? And is it different to working with the Football Ferns staff?
Yeah, I've actually been coached by Gemma for about 4 or 5 years now. The first time she coached me would have been under 16 Oceania qualifiers when we went to Samoa, so quite a while ago. She was an assistant coach, and since then she has always been invested in my development, and I really rate her as a coach. She yeah, we have a good relationship, and I think her and Nat working together has always been really good. They've been together coaching the FFDP for a few years now. Nat is so invested. She will take us for 1v1 sessions. All of the girls want one-on-ones with Nat, and she will fit us all in on top of the group trainings that she does a lot of the planning for. Yeah, I love them both, and I'm excited for the season with them. I think they showed a lot of what they're about last season, and I know that they've learned a lot as well, and they know the players more. They've got a few new signings, so I think, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how we go.
Denise, do you want to ask another one?
Sorry, I'll just jump in there. Just for anyone who doesn't understand the acronym, it's not about police departments, but it's the Football Ferns player development.
Oh, sorry.
Just clarifying, just in case anyone thinks it's firefighters or a police department. So you go, Denise.
So I have kind of a fun, deep question. Jonathan's Maori. Blake has cerebral palsy. I'm a gay woman, immigrant. One of our passions is diversity in football and also diversity in fandom. I mean, do you have any sort of reactions to that, or, what can New Zealand do to keep all sorts of people coming into the sport?
I think New Zealand as a country, we're very open-minded and we're very progressive, I think, compared to some other countries around the world. And I think, yeah, just letting everyone be involved, encouraging people from everywhere, however you, identify. Or I personally, for me, I don't have any sort of, I've had it pretty easy. I've been brought up in New Zealand. Besides being female, I don't really have any, challenges. I mean, I suppose growing up as a girl in sport, it is a little bit tricky playing a sport like football when it is male dominated. I was always like the only girl going to trainings and boys groups, and when I was 8 to 12 years old, it was a little bit disheartening. They wouldn't always give me the ball, things like that. So I just think it sort of comes down to the individuals and the coaches supporting every single person and just encouraging each other, because you're only as good as how you treat other people, pretty much. That was a hard question, but thank you for making me think.
Cool. So Mackenzie, are you originally from Taranaki?
Yeah, New Plymouth. Yeah, Taranaki.
Oh, very cool. So how did you balance, because I'm aware that you just recently shifted to Wellington, so how were you balancing living life and moving and professional football and everything when your home base is not where the club was, being the Knicks?
So I moved to Auckland about 3 years ago. I moved for university. I finished school in New Plymouth, and then I thought, well, I want to go play football at a higher level. And in New Plymouth, the only level is pretty much school level. I only ever played for my school. There were no clubs really that were any good. So moved to Auckland, and I was offered a spot in the Future Ferns domestic program my first year, which was really important. I finally got some good trainings, consistent trainings in with very good coaches. I just studied psychology and criminology, and I actually just graduated last semester, so a couple months ago. Yeah, thank you. So I'm so glad to get that done, because that was a lot, training every day and I pretty much studied full time as well, so I was quite busy. And then I graduated, and then now I'm getting more into just football focused things, which is great. So I just moved from Auckland down here about 2 weeks ago. I did stop in New Plymouth on the way just to see my family. So I've actually been away from living out of home, away from my family, away from New Plymouth for quite a while now. I'm sort of used to it. But I know having this season based in Wellington, it's only a 4.5 hour drive. So mum and dad should be down for most of the games. So I think that's going to make a big difference for me. And yeah, it's tough, but it's just the reality, I suppose, and I just have to get used to it, unfortunately.
And how proud are mum and dad of what you're up to? I mean, I know you've got other siblings who are doing cool stuff, but when your daughter is playing professional football and you can watch her on TV every week, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, mum doesn't. She's so funny. She doesn't really believe it. She just can't believe that it's me. She's so, mum's very vocal about it. She's so excited for me. And dad, who used to play football, is more of the athlete of the family. He's just like, yep, that's good work, sort of thing. He's just, I know he's proud of me. He just doesn't vocalize it like mum. And every time I make a team, or every time I'm starting for the Phoenix or anything like that, mum is just like, no, you didn't. Are you serious? Like she every time she's just so excited for me. So I know my parents are really proud, and my grandparents as well. They watch all my games. And then my siblings, of course, they are super proud of me. I have one older brother who actually referees football, and he lives down in Wellington as well. He is doing his master's in geophysics, so he's quite academically driven. And then my two little sisters, who are twins, Eve and Tessa. Eve has just gone on a university scholarship to Texas for football, so she is quite a big football player too. Yeah, she also plays futsal and has been in a few of the Football Ferns camps. And yeah, Tessa, her twin, she is in Wellington also studying architecture. So I have a few family members down here, which is also another great, positive, moving to Wellington.
So maybe
there's two of the Barry family that we need to watch out for coming through in the Ferns development.
Yeah,
that is
watch out
awesome.
for Eve. Yeah, Eve was always so driven with football. She trained just as much as me, if not more, growing up. She's a couple years younger. I do think she probably looked up to me a little bit, but she isn't one to like really vocalize it either. She'll just go out there and kick a ball after I've been training or something like that, and it's just like, it's nice. I know that I've contributed a little bit to her development.
So Jonathan stole one of my questions, but that's okay. So the other one I will ask is, did you get a chance to watch your fellow teammates in the under-17s? And if so, how proud were you of them, of what they achieved against Colombia, Mexico, and Germany?
Yeah, I managed to watch a few of bits of the games. I didn't get to watch them completely because the times were like pretty annoying. But players like Grace Wisniewski, who I've played with for a while now, she's an amazing player, and I think she is so consistent. Like over the Phoenix season, she was always one of the hardest workers on the field, and she did so amazing at the World Cup we just had, scoring a goal. And I'm really proud of her. Of course, Kate she got player of the match one of the games, which is a really huge achievement. It's really rare for New Zealand, like any of the New Zealand players, to get that. I don't think we've got many at all, like throughout our years competing. Marisa Vandermeer, who is who played for Melbourne City. She's an amazing player. She's probably one of my closest friends. We met when we went to under-17s in Uruguay, and she was a starter as well, and she's great. And I really hope that we'll get to play together more in the future. Ava Pritchard, of course. Alyssa Wynnum, always just doing amazing. She always does. It's just so great to see that. I do think the Phoenix has progressed those girls so much, and when you see them compete in their own age group on the world stage, it just shows like, we're scoring goals, we're drawing games. Like, this did not used to happen like we were always just the easy walkover team, and now we're seriously competing, and I think we owe a lot to the Phoenix for that. Yeah.
Yeah. You were part of that U17 team, right? And like, what are your biggest takeaways? I mean, the whole country was riveted. I don't know if you remember this because you were somewhere else, but you had the Prime Minister show up at the airport, like thrilled. I mean, it was really exciting. You were all over Twitter from people from Kiwis from all over the world. And you kind of alluded to that there's a little extra spark that you guys have, especially the younger ones, of just not giving up, that you got it in you. I mean, is there any other sort of takeaway you have from that experience?
To start off, that was so crazy. We were only 15, 16, so we didn't really know what was going on, to be honest. We obviously, none of us, a couple had been to a World Cup before, but not really played much, just in the older age groups. And honestly, we were just rocking up. We hadn't met like everyone before. We hadn't played all together. Leon Burney did an amazing job, but he was sort of just, giving us some, he said it's going to be hard, and we're all sort of like, oh, okay. And then we went out and won the first game, and we were sort of like, oh, nice, like, good job, guys, this is really cool. And then Leon's like, this is amazing. Like, we were expecting to lose this game against Finland. Like, we were begging on winning the other games. This was the hardest team to beat in the pool. We were like, oh my goodness. And we didn't really realize getting out of the pool was such a big deal either. I just think we were just excited we were in Uruguay and playing football overseas. Like, it was just crazy that, anyway. So something that I definitely think like helped us to succeed was our relationships and our respect for each other. I think it was such an amazing group of girls. We all worked as hard as we could for the person beside us. No one was ever blamed for mistakes. Like, if someone beside you made a mistake, you're like, oh no, I'm getting straight on that and I'm reacting. I don't want us to fail as a team. Like, we were all so invested in each other and each individual succeeding. We stuck to the game plan. We took Leon's advice very seriously. We were pretty professionally minded when we were playing, I'd say. And very inclusive culture. And I think the Phoenix definitely portrayed some of that as well. Like, we're young girls, but we didn't care. We just wanted to be playing with our friends. We, worked really hard for the players beside us. We were so proud of each other, even when, you made a good tackle or a good pass. It's always encouragement from the bench and the stands. And I think, being positive and not being afraid to make, some mistakes, because that's the best way that we're going to learn, were probably like the key aspects. And the work rate always through the roof. You don't have to be the best, like technically the best football player on the pitch, but if you work as hard as you can and you show like that you have good like just good work ethic, then you'll be fine. Yeah,
that's what I loved about the Phoenix and the U17 team and U20. Like, just they go for it, and I love that attitude that it's kind of a fresh optimism, and I hope you carry that. Know that you're kind of special actually in that way, and carry it into the senior team, because I think they need a dose of that, if you ask me.
I do. Coming into the Ferns, I try not to let them worry me being a new person. I think, sometimes it can be scary playing with the older girls, and some of them have really high expectations of you, and none of them are nasty or anything, but sometimes the support isn't as high as when you're with your friend, just understandably. Nothing against some of the older girls, I don't know them as well. So I'm trying to just get to know all the girls, and I just keep working like hard in the trainings. And I have been told by Yitka that she does think I have some special qualities about me that she wants me to to continue to develop. which was so lovely, and it's just so nice hearing that positivity from her. And she is an amazing coach. She's so positive. It's so funny because English isn't her first language, but she's so hilarious. So you can just tell that she's such a funny person. She gets everything she needs to get across to the girls. I'm really excited to work with her. She has so much to teach me and the team, and I think she can really be an important stepping stone for the future Ferns coming through.
Yeah, really use that positivity. I think, I'm going to be watching New Zealand football for a very, very long time, and I'm so happy that you're going to be a part of this.
Thanks.
That positive vibe is going to be there because, you've proven that you can do it, and even when you don't get the result, y'all seem to keep improving and having fun and having a big set of fans behind you. The three of us met with our Flight of the Knicks group, and it was just a Facebook group because y'all were far away. I mean, we couldn't go to the matches, but the amount of positivity that you brought on the field, on the pitch, translated into the group, and we all had a blast watching you. And I guess my question is, what do you want to say to the fans? You're going to be playing in Wellington, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. I guess you can't really, like, saying thank you just isn't really enough. But I think we're going to keep playing for you guys, and I think that what you see us play like on the field is a result of all your supportive messages and your positivity. I think, the whole system is just, everyone's supporting each other, and it just really shows. And we're going to do the best we can this year because we want to make everyone proud, because you guys have put in so many hours and given up so much time to watch our games or do other things behind the scenes to support us. So we really want to make everyone proud, pretty much. And we thank you all so much, because we could not do it without you, especially when one of our strengths are our mindsets. And having that positive mindset and having the support from you guys is what drives us and gives us that special quality. So you are all a part of the game more than you know. So thank you so much.
Just dropping in here. If us three were any more proud, we'd probably pop. Like, we'd explode. Like, because we're like, oh my God, we've got Mackenzie. We're going to talk to her. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. Because we watched every game last season, then we're watching you go into the Ferns, and it's like, so we, as you say, we, like, even just us three and the other person, like, we put up a post last night going, hey, we're talking to Mackenzie tomorrow. And we had so many people going, oh my God, that's so awesome. So you and the team and the girls, like, you're really starting to develop a really neat following. And it's because we're proud of you. And like, when we see you play, we feel like we, kind of out there as well, wishing you all the best. So you absolutely, we're just so excited for you and your career.
Like, I get worried every time we do one of these, especially the women's ones, because I'm worried that Jonathan's gonna have heart attack. Get so excited, it's like,
oh,
just wait. Yeah, we want to have a chat with Lily too, because we recognized, like, last year, Lily at the back, who was behind you and Kate and Zoe. Like, every time something happened, she was always encouraging, always cheering on. Like you said, the mindset, picking it up for everyone else. And it's like, I just can't wait to have a chat with her and find out how her that energy ticks.
That'll be coming to the channel soon, though, Jonathan.
Hope so.
Yeah.
You'll love Lily. She's probably the nicest person I've ever met in my whole life. You can probably tell, but she also knows when to. Everyone respects her. Like, she doesn't need to be scary to get everyone's respect. She's so invested in the team. Everyone knows it, and whenever Lily's going to speak, everyone's like, "Yep, what have you got to say, Lily?" Like, we we're taking that on board, and we're going to do our best. I know, yeah, she'd love to talk to you guys. She loves all the fans that are supporting her. Yeah, definitely get in touch with her. She'd love to do it.
There is one other question that I'd like to ask. So, what's your plans for after football? Are you going to fall back on the degrees?
There's some like really loud noise. Is that just me?
Yeah.
It might be.
But Blake's question is
sorry.
what are you going to do after football? What are your plans? What might that look like?
I don't really want to think about it yet, but well, I'm happy that I've got my Bachelor of Arts. That's, I've got a good fallback. I'm actually going to start, well, the plan is to start doing my master's in psychology next year, just part-time. Yeah, I'll just do it part-time on distance, so I can sort of just pick and choose how many papers I'm going to do, and I get 5 years to do it, so I'll just chip away at that. And so I suppose somewhere in the psychology field afterwards, but not sure. I mean, so many other opportunities might pop up along the way, and I'd love to work with women's football because I'm really passionate about it, and I do think psychology could fit into that somehow. So I'm just sort of navigating things, but at the moment it's just football pretty much, and a little bit of study on the side.
Because the reason I ask that is because I'm gonna ask, do you think it's more important that people have a backup plan after football, a bit like some of the men's sports when it comes to some of the other colours?
Yeah, I guess being a woman at this stage, you definitely do need another job, because the money's just not the same, and some of the opportunities don't present themselves for as long. I hate to say it, but probably, yeah, at this stage. I wish we didn't have to. I wish we could just focus on football, but the point where I am, it's not really my full-time job right now, so I'm happy that I have invested my time into other areas. But there are some girls who are over in the European leagues that can do it full-time, which is awesome. So right now, for me personally, I think having other interests, especially while you're young, is probably good. But I suppose it's just whatever the person wants to do.
Before we started the call, we were thinking, now which league will Mackenzie end up in? Maybe it's college, maybe she'll play in England. Yeah, we think you've got it. We absolutely think you've got the ability to get there, and we just can't. We're just going to love watching you ascend and getting to those heights.
Thanks. I'm trying. I want to stay with A League, but I do want to progress to some of the tougher leagues as well. So we'll see how we go.
Any other comment before I say shut this down? Wrap this up. Sorry. Denise.
Thank you for coming on, and we're so excited to watch you play.
You guys have been so lovely. So thank you so much as well.
With that being said, I'll say goodbye to the fans that are watching this video. Like and subscribe the video on YouTube, and we will see you on the next one.